Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I'll be reacting to my third and final scary story teller, and it's Nightmare Files. And the video that I'll be reacting to is 3 disturbing catfish experiences that will creep you out. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and let's get this reaction on the road and in the bag, shall we? Okay, here we go. Nightmare Files. With the area music, it already sounds creepy.
Back when I was in high school, my friends and I would meet up with girls from MySpace.
Okay.
A lot of them thought that we were famous because we would promote our own music and parties on the website. Usually I would direct message girls in order to get to know them, but one day I checked my messages and a girl told me that she loved my music. I went on her page and she was beautiful, so I messaged her back. I let her know that I was interested and I throw parties. She let me know how impressed she was, so I kept telling her how she can come to our parties and I'll let her in for free because money wasn't an issue. We messaged back and forth for about 2 days, and I asked her for her phone number. She let me know that she can only text right now, so we continued to conversate, only through our phones. We decided to meet one day. I told her that we can go out, but she insisted that we meet at her house instead. As a teenage boy, I planned on going there by the end of the night anyway. So she sent me her address, and my GPS said it was about 30 minutes away.
I mean, at first I would not think of it as a bad thing to do. You're going to meet up with this nice girl at her place, right? But then again, if you're going by yourself and it's not who you think it is, then you'll be in a lot of trouble because this person will think you're famous, hosting all of these parties with your buddies. You might have a lot of cash on you, so they might try to rob you. You always got to be aware of stuff like that, even if you think it's a nice girl. But let's continue and see what happens.
I know this sounds fishy, but I thought it was too, so I brought my friend with me. I had him sit behind the passenger seat just in case the girl gets in. So I pulled into a group of apartment buildings. This place definitely looked sketchy. There were boarded up windows on almost every building, trash on the ground, and there was no one around. As I'm pulling up, my friend and I looked at each other as if we knew something wasn't right. He said we should go, but I didn't. I texted and I told the girl I was pulling up where she told me to, which was behind the building in the back. I backed into a parking spot, and she texted me asking if that was me. I let her know it was me, but I thought it was weird because there were no lights on. And again, there was no one around. So we sat there for about a minute and she texted me back that she would be down soon. As I was texting back, all I hear is my friend scream, "Oh shit," along with the glass breaking and footsteps running toward us. I look back and I see a man in a ski mask trying to reach in the car and grab my friend. I look outside and I see 3 more hooded men with ski masks on and one of them yelled, "Get the driver."
Yep, I knew it. It was fishy to begin with. At this point, I'll be like cranking the car up and backing up and make sure you knock that guy off the car that's trying to grab your friend and get out of there quick because those guys just set up that profile just to show that they're a girl when in reality they were just trying to lure innocent boys to them just so they could rob them of anything they got in their wallet or cell phones and the car. Thank God you brought a buddy with you because if it was just you, you would definitely be in a oh crap moment.
My friend screamed, "Go," but I've never felt fear like this in my life. Luckily, I still had the car running. I put the car in drive and we sped off. As I did that, my friend pulled the mask off the guy that was trying to grab him. We went straight to the police station, and my friend eventually ID'd one of the guys. The guy that he ID'd just so happened to be the guy who was texting me. I wish I could tell you that I have never done that again, but that would be a lie. That's just the only bad experience I ever had with meeting girls online.
Well, thank God your friend was able to take that guy's ski mask off and identify him as the man that was texting you. So hopefully the cops could go to that place and see if they're still there and arrest him. If not, put a news bulletin out on him and see if anybody would come forward with locating him. But he did the right thing and not turning his car off and just speeding out of there, because then that guy probably would have grabbed onto his friend, and then the other two guys grabbed the dude telling the story, and it would have ended a lot worse. But I'm just glad they got out of there safe and sound, and he knows what to look for when texting to girls online. So let's get to story number 2.
This story is from a female's point of view.
Okay.
When I was in college, I worked in an Applebee's to make ends meet. I worked there from freshman year to senior year, so I had some regular customers. I had one that tipped me the most, and his name was Larry. Anyways, one day, while at work, I received a friend request on Facebook from a guy that was really attractive. I checked his page out before I accepted it, and it seemed legit, and he was in my city. As soon as I accepted it, he messaged me and said, "Hey, thanks for accepting my request." That was usually code for creep when someone does that, but he was cute. I said no problem, and we continued to converse. Eventually, after a few days chatting, we decided to go on a date. I decided to meet at Chili's on a Friday at 6 p.m. because I don't know this guy, and maybe he's crazy. I arrived at the restaurant before him, and I messaged him to let him know that our table was under my name, and he said okay. After about 20 minutes, I messaged him back, but he didn't reply until 20 minutes later telling me that he wasn't going to make it. I was pissed, but I ordered and ate my food.
Yeah, I would feel the same way. No, you just got stood up by someone that kept talking with you. Instead of waiting for that person, I would just order my food too and eat it and get out.
I left and I drove home. When I got to my apartment, I walked up the stairs to get to my apartment and I hear something behind me. I get to my door, turn to my left, and I see a man standing at the bottom of the stairs looking at me. I look closer and I see that it's Larry, my customer at work. I frantically asked him, "What is he doing here?" And he told me it's okay. Always make sure you make it home safe. Then he said, "Sorry I couldn't make it to the date." I said, "What?" I tried unlocking my door, but I dropped my keys, and he started running up the stairs yelling, "It's not what you think." I grabbed the keys, unlocked the door, and ran inside, closing my door behind me.
Yeah, I'll be like, what do you mean it's not what you think? You're a creepy customer of hers that followed her to where she lives at, saying that he just wanted to make sure that she got home okay. I'll be like, that's a little weird. But then when you drop the keys and he starts running saying the same thing, I'll be like, oh, heck yeah, I know what it is. He catfished you thinking that it was some other dude, and now he wants to try to rob you or do something else.
He started banging on my door telling me he was my best customer and he deserved me. I called the cops, and they caught him outside in my car, just sitting there calmly. After that, I deleted all of my social media and dating apps. Then I quit my job at Applebee's. Ever since that experience, I'm very paranoid of people's intentions, and I always carry a pistol.
And I don't blame you, because if a customer gets infatuated with you and you don't feel the same way, things will go crazy like that. You just never know who you meet up with at your place of employment nowadays. Nice people are really bad creeps.
I was a big Tinder guy a few years ago. Everywhere I went, I would update my location and then update, my body count. Then I quit doing Tinder and stuck with Instagram. I know they're completely different, and IG has a bunch of fake accounts. So I saw this girl commenting on all of my friends' pictures. Then she commented on mine. I also saw my friends replying, so I figured she was a real person because I looked on her page and she had way more followers than people she was following. So I DM'd her. I definitely thought she wasn't going to reply, but she did within an hour. We talked for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and we made it official. She was pretty, had a degree, and a good job, as she said. I felt she was out of my league and too perfect. Every day she posted new photos, and I told my friends about her and they seemed pretty jealous, except for my friend Ryan. He said I was stupid because I never spoke with her, and I only messaged her. She invited me over because she said she can cook. Ryan told me to don't go. The rest of my friends said don't have any kids, and they would laugh.
Well, your one friend Ryan does have a good point. If you haven't meet and you just been talking back and forth, something is fishy. I mean, I would do what the guy in story number 1 did. Get a friend to go with him just in case things went south. Because I got that feeling right now that whoever's texted him might not really be a girl after all. Let's just see if that's the case.
So I went over there, but not without Ryan calling me a clown first. The GPS says she lived about an hour away. When I first started to talk to her, she told me that she lived in a nice neighborhood. But when I got there were people everywhere and the neighborhood was not that nice. When I stopped at the stop sign at the corner, people walked up to my windows and asked me, what do I need? But I pulled off really fast and got to the house. It was a duplex, so I messaged her, and she said to come up the stairs. It was about 9 at night, and people were everywhere just standing around. I knocked on the door, and I was definitely excited. The door opened, and to my surprise, it was a bald-headed white guy with a patchy beard, tattoos everywhere, including his head, with a tank top on. I asked, was Lisa home? And he said, yeah, come in. When I walked in, I was immediately hit with a musty smell mixed with cheese. He told me to sit down, and he sat down across from me on the couch. He said she'll be out soon. He asked me, did I want something to drink? And I said, yeah, sure. When I got up, I texted her, can she come out, please? She immediately said yes. The man came back in with 2 cups of juice, one for him and one for myself. Then I noticed that he put a phone down on the table next to him. So I acted like I sneezed and got some on my arm. Then I asked for a tissue. He went to get some tissue and he left his phone like I thought he would. I texted her back, and to my horror, the phone rang. I looked on the caller ID and it was my name. I heard him coming back. He came back and we sat there for about a minute. And then the phone rang again because he never checked the message that I sent. He looked at the phone. I looked at the phone. Then we looked at each other. I postured up, and he calmly said, I guess you called me. Then out of nowhere, he lunged toward me, attempting to grab me. I punched him, and he fell on his face. I ran out of there so fast, and I never looked back.
Once he went to go get the tissues, I would have just checked his phone. And if you already seen your messages that you've sent to this supposed girl before, that would have been a cue to leave right then and there and not wait for him to say, I guess you caught me, and then him lunging towards you. Your friend was right. You shouldn't have not gone.
Yeah, I called the cops. And when they got there, the man was still knocked out. After that, I never went on dates with people that I met online again.
Good for you. Because you never know who you be chatting with on these online dating apps and websites nowadays. But I'm glad that guy was still knocked out for the cops to show up and have him arrested. I would have been mad if he got up and left and he started doing that to somebody else. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more Nightmare Files related content like this. This has been another successful installment of 10 Man Score Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey 10 Man Taylor. I said that's a wrap, and that's it.